Right now, in a quiet warehouse in Seattle, checks worth a combined $1.9 billion are being mailed to 6 million Americans. And almost none of them know what the company on their insurance card was secretly doing for over a decade to put their name on that list. Hi there, everybody. Steven here again. I'm an active futures trader, and I spent over 20 years reading court filings and balance sheets that most people never bother to open. If you get even 1% smarter during this video, be sure to subscribe. We do videos like this every day. And this might be the cleanest case of corporate cartel behavior hiding in plain sight that I've ever covered. So here's the official version. Blue Cross Blue Shield, a 95-year-old health insurance brand, on the cards of roughly 1 in 3 Americans, just settled a lawsuit. They paid $2.67 billion, and they admitted nothing. The court never ruled on the merits. Both sides agreed to just move on. Story over. But here's what the headline actually buries. See, the lawsuit filed back in 2013 didn't accuse one company. It accused more than 35 separate Blue Cross Blue Shield plans of operating like a cartel. They allegedly carved up the entire United States into exclusive geographic territories. They wrote those territorial rules into the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association's own bylaws and voted on them as a group. A BCBS insurer holds the largest market share in 41 out of 50 states, the largest share in 82% of every metropolitan statistical area in the country. In Alabama, where this case was tried, a single Blue plan controls roughly 94% of the large group insurance market. Listen to that again, 94%. That's not any kind of competition. What that is a managed monopoly with a friendly logo. Now, watch what happens when you trace the structure of this whole thing. You see, BCBS isn't one company. It's a brand licensed by an association in Chicago to 33 independent insurers. The franchisees collectively own the franchisor. The CEOs of those local Blues sit on an association board, writing and voting on the rules that keep themselves from competing with one another. And it goes even deeper. The association also capped how much non-Blue insurance any member could sell. So even if a local plan wanted to compete more aggressively in another state, the rules they wrote together stopped them. The result, according to the plaintiffs, was higher premiums, fewer choices, and reduced consumer power across the country from 2008 all the way through October of 2020. For 12 years, roughly 100 million people exposed to it every single year. But here's the part that will never make the headlines. The judge in this case, R. David Proctor, he ruled that those territorial agreements would be judged under the per se antitrust standard. Per se means illegal, basically on its face. The BCBS would not be allowed to argue that splitting up the country had any pre-competitive justification. They were never going to win this trial. So instead, they did what companies do. They settled. And here's where it gets really crazy. See, for 75 years, the McCarran-Ferguson Act of 1945, it gave the entire insurance industry a broad exemption from federal antitrust law. Congress only closed that loophole in 2021 with the Competitive Health Insurance Reform Act, and BCBS spent generations operating under rules that wouldn't have been legal in any other industry in America. And the average payout to the people they allegedly overcharged? $333. That's right, if your share comes in at $5 or less, you get nothing at all. Now, let's zoom out for a minute because this is the K-shape playing out inside your medical bill. At the top of the K, you have the institutional shareholders, the for-profit Blues that converted from nonprofits after the '94 vote, the executives who collected supra-competitive profits and built up enormous reserves, and the attorney who walked away with $667 million in fees. But at the bottom of the K, you have the family that paid 12 years of inflated premiums, never heard about the November 2021 claim deadline, and is now permanently ineligible for a single dollar. Most victims won't see any of this money. That's not a settlement. That's a structural transfer. And quick break, because if you're tired of being on the bottom of every K like this one, that's actually why I built 1K a day. See, it's my futures trading course. It has 11 sections, 105 lessons. There's no fluff, no theory overload, just a systemic approach that works in uptrends, downtrends, and sideways markets even. Anyone can do it, from zero knowledge to expert, and there's a full psychology module, so you stop blowing up accounts every time a new cycle hits you. If you want to get in, use the code K-shaped at 1kaday.diy to own the entire thing for life for $199 instead of its regular $2,000 retail price. That's 90% off. Links are pinned in the first comment down below. And one last warning before you go, because this part actually really matters. The settlement administrator has officially confirmed that scammers are targeting these payments right now. No legitimate contact will ever ask you for a bank account number or social security number to release the funds. The only real place to get into the settlement is at the BCBSsettlement.com website. Anything else asking for that information? It's a trap. See, BCBS settling for $2.67 billion isn't proof the system worked. It's proof the system allowed a cartel to operate legally for 75 years, charge over 100 million Americans inflated premiums for a decade, and walk away owing $333 a head to a fraction of the people they allegedly overcharged. Of course, the brand denies wrongdoing. The court never ruled. And the bigger players in this exact same industry are still out there. We do a video every single day. There's a video next to my head. Now, we do videos every single day. Matter of fact, there's 2 videos next to my head. One of them is the Starbucks CEO being one of the most tone-deaf multimillionaires in America, and the other one Google picked for you. Click on it and watch it. I'm sure you'll like it. Click subscribe. Come back tomorrow, and we'll see you in the next one.